Hi, I am Neha. I would like to talk about search engine optimization. Before going to that, I would like to ask you, what if I ask you, where can I get a pizza? Most of you would know where to go. But what if I ask you, where can I get a car on rent and for what cost? Well, that's a tricky one. And this query in my mind would be the beginning of my online experience of finding the best car rental service provider. You will agree with me when I say that we handle 90% of these kinds of questions by taking out our smartphones from our pocket and using your favorite search engine, Google, in 95% of the cases to search for the answers. Naturally, I believe that the top results which Google feeds me are the ones relevant to me. And we should not lie to ourselves by saying that this is not true because top 5 results in Google search engine results page get 89% of the clicks for any search. So you get my point where I am going with search engine optimization and why it is so important for you personally and for business. Ranking on Google from search engine optimization denotes whether a business is performing well or not. Obviously, the ones which get discovered are the ones which reap most of the profits. But what is search engine optimization? What kind of optimization? It has become a buzzword lately. Okay. Search engine optimization is the process of optimizing your content and your website in such a way that search engine shows it as a top result for searches of a certain keyword. That's better, but let me explain further. I write a blog on a digital marketing, so my goal is to focus my content around the keyword digital marketing and make sure that Google displays my blog at the top. Whenever somebody searches for digital marketing, this is the whole process of search engine optimization. Many of you might be thinking, why is it so overrated then? It has to be because if people don't discover your website, then guess what? They won't visit your website and you will be left with very few visitors. Therefore, it seems simply, but it is very important for your website and for your online business. I also want to tell you why Google focuses so much on quality content and search engine optimization. It is because of its business model. If Google does not provide the best results, searchers will have a bad experience, and if people have a bad experience, they won't visit those pages more often, which will lead to decrease in their ads revenues which they generate from the website. So it is that simple: increase visitors by providing the best results, increase your revenue, and you will win for all. There are two ways to perform SEO. One is black hat SEO using unethical ways and white hat SEO using quality content. Now let us see the strategies of black hat SEO. It has a duplicate content, invisible text and stuffed keywords, clogging or redirecting the user to another site or a page. It links from sites with non-relevant content. And now let's move to the white hat strategies. It has a relevant content, well labeled images, relevant links and references. It completes sentences with good spelling and grammar. It stands complaint HTML. It is a unique and relevant page title. There are two categories of SEO: on page SEO and the off page SEO. On-page SEO deals with the things which you control and can do to your pages, such as headlines, keyword-oriented content, and website structure. And off-page SEO deals with the factors which are not so much under your control, such as social media, shares, and personal history of searchers. Can't just do one of these methods because you have to get both of them right in order to do well with search engine optimization. Let us say you have a best content writer in the world on on-page SEO and you are publishing one article a day, but somehow it does not get shared on a social media, that is on off-page SEO, and people are unable to discover your content. Even having the best content in this world will not get you to the top position. Now it may be clear to you that both on-page SEO and off-page SEO have to be done simultaneously to be at top of the search engine result pages. So let us see more about on-page SEO. There are three broad categories on on-page SEO. The first and most important one is content. When you search for something, Google tries its best to feed you with the most relevant and high quality content to you. Because if it does not, people won't be satisfied with the search experiences. So your main goal should be provided as a useful and relevant content as possible so that Google find it as a result that should be displayed. But what does a great content comprises of? Here are some ingredients that make up a great content. Quality. I know it's hard to come up with quality content consistently, but you can do so by using statistics in your content, using visuals and pictures, using videos and many other things to make your content look rich. Next ingredient is keyword research. It is a practice search engine optimization professionals use to find and research search terms that users enter into search engines when looking for product, services or general information. Third ingredient of content is fresh content. Fresh content is the context that has been updated recently or updated frequently or was published recently. Fresh content is opposite to stale content, which means content that has not been updated for a long period of time. Last ingredient is direct answers. You can directly improve your web page's position by taking advantage of these features by providing real answers to people's questions through your context. Let us make a glance on this example. I have searched that how to eat healthy and I get the convenient direct answer. Second category of on-page is HTML tags. You should not definitely know HTML, but you don't need to understand everything about it. Only the HTML tags which affect the search engine optimization of your website should matter to you. There are three important ones you need to take care of. Title tags. These act as headlines for your blog post and are also called as H1 tags. These are the headlines which make it clear to search engines what the post is all about. These headlines are displayed on the top of your browser whenever you open up a web page, and that is the reason you have to get it. Second one is meta description. These come with a short description which will explain what your website or a blog is about. The first meta description is inappropriate, while the second one seems incomplete because it ends with so on. And the last one is subheadings. They also affect search engine optimization, but not as much as title tags do, but are necessary to create proper structure and readability of your content for your readers. Third category of on-page is architecture. This part of search engine optimization deals with the overall user experience of the website. You need to plan out the site architecture before setting up the website, and I can assure you that these will be the best investment of your time. Some of the factors are easy to crawl. Spiders and crawlers are programs which traverse from one page of website to another. This traversing is done with the ease of links present on each page. So the better the web of links, the easier it will be for the Google to crawl your websites, denoting this as a good result. The second factor of architecture is duplicate content. I talked about the freshness of content in the content part. That does not mean that you need to come up with a new content every time. You can also use your old posts and links and publish them if you think something more can be added. This also does not mean that you start posting the same content throughout the internet, because this will be a signal of duplicate content to Google. And the third factor is mobile friendliness. With over 3.5 billion Google searches per day through mobile, let alone social media searches, you need to make your website mobile friendly as much as possible, because we both know that we do not want to zoom in on those ugly website designs only for desktops. Next one is page speed. You definitely know how important this is and how frustrated when the web page took more than 5 seconds to load. And the last feature of architecture is keywords in URL. You can't miss on this feature, because including your targeted keywords in your URLs also improves search engine optimization. It's majorly for human readability more than for search engines, but its effect is equal to that of using keywords in your title tags. So try to create links which seem legit and reflect what the content is about. Now let's look at off-page SEO. There are four major areas of off-page SEO. The first is trust. It is a way of Google to see whether your site is trustworthy or not. This is the reason that quality backlinks to your site from authoritative websites increase your trust with Google and with your readers. Trust is comprised of many factors such as authority. Authority of a web page is determined by its domain authority, that is, the authority of domain, and the page authority, that means the authority of the content on the page. Second factor is bounce rate. It is defined as percentage of visitors to a particular website who navigates away from the site after viewing only one page. Readers will spend more time on the website which has a good UI, great content and proper structure. So you need this rate to be as low as possible. Quality content, page speed and architecture of the site are all the factors which reduce the bounce rate of the web page. Third factor of the trust is domain range. The older the domain, the better it is. Google sees older domains as more authority too. So if you have not got a domain, name it. You can consider buying an older domain instead of going for a new one. Doing this saves your work of starting from the scratch and developing the authority again. Second area of off-page SEO is links. Backlinking to your website is not the only thing which improves your search engine optimization. It is a part of SEO, so you need to work on it like you would work on other factors. For the initial phase of your website, you can directly reach out to people with a high influence in your industry and mail them to consider reading your content and backlink to your website if they like it. Three things you would consider for backlinking is quality. The quality of backlinks will always dominate over quantity of them. It's because Google's algorithm does not weigh the number of backlinks as much as it weighs the quality and authority of the websites that link to your website. For example, suppose you launch an innovative product which solves a particular problem. If some authorities news website like Business Insider or Bloomberg's provide a single link to your website, then its effect on SEO will be much more than 10 usual websites linking to your website. The next thing of link is anchor text. The text used to write on links is called anchor text. The natural the text seems on the backlinks, the better it is. The third one is number of links. This does not mean that you just try to generate as many backlinks as possible. By the number of links, I mean that you should over time increase the number of backlinks from good quality sources. Increase the number of backlinks without compromising the quality of backlinks. And the third category of off-page SEO is personal behavior. These factors are mostly out of control and depend on personal things like person's search history and geographic location. Some are country. Every person is shown the search results according to their specific location. Remember the pizza question? Google won't recommend me London's pizza store when I am in India. Also, the language and keywords of the content would change according to the user's location. And the next one is searches history. Searches social media behavior also affect search engine optimization. If the person likes or follows a particular brand on YouTube or Facebook, he or she will be shown the results from that brand only. And the last one of off-page SEO is social media. In the world where almost 2 billion people use the Facebook, social media matters for your content and website and will decide whether it is hot or not. Many would say that the interaction of people with your content on social media is out of your control, but I don't believe so. You can reach out to influencers of social media platforms in your industry and ask them to share and like your content if possible. This has a great impact on your visibility and boosts your content. Who shares the matter? Who shares your content matters more than how often it is started. Google detects who the influencer is, and if your content is shared by many influencers, it will rank way higher than others. It also depends on the number of shares. It also affects the SEO and is responsible for your content going viral. The most important part of getting a huge number of social shares is to post quality content and post it consistently. Okay, by now you would have understood that SEO is not something to be overlooked. If you are operating an online business or maintaining a blog, I believe that you should focus on writing premium and detailed content of your readers and not just for a Google. If your readers are satisfied by reading your content and visitors increases, it will definitely improve your search engine optimization. And by focusing only on technical SEO rather than content will lead you to disaster. I have also attached a mind map which you can save it to refer later. If you follow the steps that I have mentioned, I am sure you will outperform many of these content creators.